Hello everyone, it's Paul again. It's been a while since I've made a video for you. So I thought I would this morning make a very simple walking video through the forest here. I'm wearing my special hat. Look at this. Okay, there's a story behind the hat. Maybe I'll say it at the end. I'll tell you at the end. But we're leaving this part of our neighborhood here with the apartment buildings. That's where we live, in an apartment building. And we're just going to go into the forest. And the point behind this thing, here's Pixie. Oh, wow, she's doing her business. The point behind this that I'm making right now is the forest is very accessible to everyone, really. I'm showing you up how high the trees are. And, you know, we have a path here to the left, but we're going to go this way. And it's paved, you know, it's asphalt for a little bit, just about, you know, 30, okay. Hello, 30 meters or so, 100 feet. And then we're going to break into some really pretty land. I think if you would look up here, oops, that's the dog thing. If you look up here to the right, you'll see some links to some earlier videos, and you'll see that we've been here before. This to our right is a very peaceful cemetery, and this is the back of the cemetery here, the building. And on the other side of the building is the cemetery. Now, those of you that are kind of new and have never seen any videos that I've put up on YouTube before, we do a lot of walking and riding in the forest on trails like this. And this is all gravel. And then we have, you'll see, if you look back on some of the old videos, you'll see lots of farmland, you'll see some mountains, you'll see an awful lot of Pixie. There's Pixie, smelling, walking along with me. She's always very glad to be out, and I am too, to be out with her and outside. Here's some of the farmland. And here's the thing about Switzerland. Now, we're not too far from Zurich. But no town in Switzerland, because Switzerland is small, no town in Switzerland is far from the mountains. And in our case, the mountains are south. The Matterhorn, that's in there's lots of towns around there, but one of the main towns around the Matterhorn is Zermatt. And I've stayed in Zermatt for a week or so, and it's breathtaking. But that's only really an hour and a half, maybe. Other mountain places, famous mountain places, are even closer. In one of the videos that I posted maybe a year ago, maybe less, I ride around Lake Zurich, and as I ride around Lake Zurich, I kind of get lost, and I get down to some villages around the lake, and those villages are very close to mountains, the mountain range. The mountains are very close, and that's a bike ride away from here. Well, it's probably 30 miles. I mean, it was a long ride around. But, yeah. That video was a funny one. I get completely lost. And I tell you in the video, well, I don't know where I am. So I had to get out my phone. I tried to do it without any Google Maps or anything. But I needed it. Tried to do it the old way, just by sight. Not even using any maps. Pixie's having a great time in this field here. And we have some people up here, so it's my policy not to really get other people in the video. So close. So I'll stop it right here. We'll pause. So over here we have a field, and there's a horse farm. You know what? Let me stop for a second and show the surroundings. We're walking toward another town. You know, my town is called Zollikerberg, and it's that way. So Zollikerberg is over there, behind that clump of trees over there, and you get into town proper. And so these fields here are in between that town, which is called Zumakan. Yeah, 2 Z's. Zollikerberg back there, and Zumakan over there. And in between there's this horse farm, and the forest behind the horse farm. There. So we're walking past the horse farm right now. Here's the fence. Pixie loves this area because it smells like horses, and you know, in the summertime it's pungent. That's okay though, I love it. Look at this old fence, guys. Okay, we're gonna keep walking. So just a little ways up the path, maybe 2 minutes from where we were before, 2 or 3 minutes, we have this fence. We have these bushes, line of bushes. And then, let me show you where we came from. Back there. And now, we're about to go into the forest. Oh, here's another. Let me pause it. Okay, that's where we were before. We're down that path into the forest over there, around the forest. There's a horse farm. We're on the side of the horse farm. And we're going up into the forest. Okay, here we are. We're going uphill. It's kind of steep. That's good. It's good exercise. And we came from back there, the farmland. We're leaving it. And now we have a different topography, a little bit hilly, not so flat. Anyway, in Switzerland, I don't know of any area really that's not hilly. What maybe here in Switzerland we would consider flat would still be rolling hills back home in the States. I'm from Ohio. And Ohio does have hills, especially in the south. You know, coal mining, next to West Virginia, down into Kentucky. The Ohio River Basin is hilly. But I think all of Switzerland is hilly. The forest here, wow, they manage it so well. Yes, you see places where they're cutting and trimming back the forest for more sunlight for the younger trees. Yes, you see that. But it's done so well that it looks natural. You have to look really hard for that. I'm going to show you something here. And this is common in many places, in small towns around Switzerland. This is a running path in the forest, and that's sawdust. Let's go this way. You run one direction, you got to follow the rules, and it's sawdust trail. Just for running, it's nice and soft, and just for running through the forest. You're a little bit away from the roads. Not only that, but they have this little let me get out of the sun so you can see. A little cabin here with a broom to keep it clean. You see the broom there? Isn't that funny? to keep it clean. Everything's clean in Switzerland, very clean. And you just hang your stuff there. No one's going to take it. No one's going to take it because that's not the way it's done. So we're going to go this walking path and stay off of that running path. There are lots of people out on this. As you can tell, it's fall. Let me take that picture real fast. Okay. It's fall, and it's a wonderful season to be out. And it's cool. There aren't any insects buzzing around. It's just great. Okay, let me put this down. Have I told you yet in this video that I'm glad you're with me, with us actually. Here's of course, Pixie. I'm glad you're with us. Thank you for coming along. I'm going to take this picture. Thank you for coming along with us this morning. It's about 9:20. I'm going to tell you Celsius and Fahrenheit estimates. I should have the numbers. I'm going to put the numbers in the video so they're more exact. But I think it's around 7 degrees Celsius. And so let's see, 7 would be like 40, I don't know, 42 degrees? Maybe less. It feels colder. Feels colder. So I'm going to put the exact temperature on the screen. When I get home, I'll figure out the temperature and put that on there. My estimates are not always that great, so I don't want to mislead anyone. So here we have the path. We have a sun break up here. Look at these trees. I wish you could be here and see them the way I see them. I usually, when I do these videos, I like to shoot with a wide angle so that you can get as much as possible the experience that I'm trying to, that we're having. That's what I always say. So now they've cut back the trees here. Here we have the little trees, right? So these used to be really big trees. You can see some of them, but they've cleared out this area here so it gets lots of sun. And that way the little trees can grow, get some light. Oh boy, look at that. And over there, look how it gets dark back there, because now those are the big trees and there's a lot of shade back there. Sun over here, morning sun, and we're heading pretty much west right now. I wish you could just see these colors. Fall is so pretty in the forest. The deciduous trees with their leaves. Wow, it's so pretty. Okay, let's keep going. I want to show you this building. Actually, I don't think I've ever gotten this close to this building before. I've seen it and walked past it many times. Hundesport Zollikan. Zollikan is our Gemeinde. Gemeinde is... No. Come this way, Pixie. Come this way. This way. Over here. She got taught. All right, let me undo this, please. Okay, we're back. Hundesport. So, Hund is dog. And so this is where they do a lot of dog training. And it's a cabin that professionals use. And it even has a sunshade. Look at that for the summer. All right. And so we're walking this way to this little field. And many times I've seen, a group of maybe 20 or 30 dogs and dog owners working in this area here to train their dogs. And it is supplemented. There's a cabin supplemented by the Gemeinde. Now, we don't have a Gemeinde system in the U.S., but a Gemeinde system is like a county, and but smaller in area. And this is our connection to the government. So if we have some papers that need to be turned in or signed, we go to our Gemeinde. They send it to the canton. That's like a state, larger. Our canton is Zurich, and our Gemeinde is Zollikan. Even though we live in Zollikerberg. Slightly confusing when it's new. When you first get here, that's a little confusing. But yeah. So our Gemeinde is Zollikan. That's why it says Hundesport Zollikan. And so that's our connection with the government. And it's an office. And if you need, driver's license or something like that, or some other government forms, they call it formular, then you go to the Gemeinde. And guess what? It's always, always very open and free. There's no long lines to get your license or this. It's really, I'm like, what? And people, and even if there is a line, it's very short, and people are very mannerable and they follow the rules. I don't know. What's wrong, Pixie? What happened? Sometimes she does that. And we're walking by the forest. I think Pixie was scared of something. Maybe, I don't know. So she yells. I do have to tell you her story real quick. We used to live in Uzbekistan. That's north of Afghanistan and south of Kazakhstan. And all of those countries are in Central Europe. They're the lower part of Central Europe. And so I was there for 4 years teaching. I'm a teacher, international teacher. And so we were living in a city called, wait a minute, guys. Wait, I got to take this picture. We were living in a city called Tashkent. This is for people that don't know the story. And Pixie was sort of like from that a street dog. She is a mutt. And we got a call from a friend of ours. I'm going to stop right now. We have some people. I'll continue after this. Okay, so we got a call that Pixie was picked up. She didn't even have a name. They just called her Little Dog. Oops, sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, so we got a call and they asked us to come look at a dog. We were looking for a dog actually at the time. So we went to the dog pound. She just put her paws on my leg and I said, okay, all right. How do we take this dog home? We have to. And that's how we got Pixie. Now, her situation before was she was at a house and the owners didn't want her inside, so they kept her outside. In Uzbekistan, it does have a proper winter, and she was freezing out there, and they wouldn't feed her. So the neighbors were feeding her through the fence. And then she was attacked by dogs, and she had puppies, and she was defending her puppies, and yeah, it was really bad. So when we got her, she had scars, and she was bleeding in her hindquarters. So she was in very bad shape. So we kind of tried to nurse her back to health. It took her a year or so to really trust us. And so she's been through very traumatic experiences. So some of that doesn't go away. Grazie. Some of that doesn't go away. And sometimes she gets very nervous and she'll just yelp for no reason. Maybe, I don't know, maybe she's remembering. Pixie here is remembering some of those old times. That was 3 years ago, maybe 4. We've had her for maybe 4 years. Doesn't matter, she's just a wonderful dog. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, that's where we came from. We walked that way. And over here, over there, and I hate zooming in, but I'm going to zoom in. Over there, there's a field, soccer field, football field they call them here. And I'm going to zoom in for a second. Hold the camera steady. I don't know if you can see the goals, the white goals there. And they do a lot of dog training there too. okay, in that field there. Okay, back. Okay, so we're still walking. You can see some of the colors in the forest here. Forest, farm. Man, I like that. I like where they meet, you know? It's like a fulcrum in the middle of a lever. Only it's balanced. Okay. Okay, here comes another puppy. All right. Pixie smelling. There's the east. You can tell that sun is there. Whew. All right, now we're coming up to an area, and there's a lot of these areas that the Gemeinde, remember that now, the Gemeinde sets up for people just to come and have an outing. Here we have a place where you can eat or cook. There's a grill right there. Morgen. And not only that, but the Gemeinde has wood. Wood that you can burn here on the grill. Okay? And if it's raining, so you know what? You don't need to reserve it. You just come. First come. The people that come first get it. I was going to say a cliche. I'm trying to stay away from those. And there's a forest, and there's the place, and they've painted it. Yeah, and it's clean. Everyone, when you leave it the way it was when you went there. Now, here's the forest. We're about to get into some apartment buildings. You can see some over there. Look at that sky, right? Boy, that's pretty. And this is a cabbage patch. All of this is a cabbage patch here. Yeah, very nice. And there's a tractor, and he's done for the day. I mean, from yesterday. It's Saturday morning. Okay, we'll stop here. So when I've passed by this cabbage patch many times. Oh, you know what? I'm going to finish that thought, but I want to show you something. In the distance, in the center here, I'm going to zoom in. Oh, man. I don't know if you can see it, but right in the center of the picture are the mountains. Those are the Alps. And you can see the snow at the top of the mountains. If you really zoom in, I can't zoom in any further. I think I can. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can do this. I'm messing up, I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to zoom in on this. Okay. So anyway, I've passed by this cabbage patch many times. And these cabbages are huge. Some of them are really big. There's an old barn back there. And you can see another tractor with the baskets. You see? The baskets over there for the cabbages. So there's two tractors, this one, and this one. And they're collecting the cabbages. So we're away from the farmland. And we're away from the forest. Really, not really away from it, but the forest is next to us. And we're actually on a road, not a path. And these are some of the homes that we see when we usually are heading home. We've made a giant circle, actually. So this is the other side of the circle. And these homes are very, very nice. They're not tremendously big. You know, Western, I'm talking about North American comparison in size, they're not that big. But they're absolutely clean. They're absolutely useful and effective. And they're all you need. And they're absolutely, I think they're pretty. Very modern. I think they're very, very pretty. Amazing. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, we've walked quite a ways today. And once again, I want to thank you for coming along with us. We're in an apartment complex here. There's that red building. Then we have this gray building, and that building over there, that yellow building, is our building, that one in the middle. So, thank you for coming with us on this morning walk. And please take care of each other. Subscribe if you wish. Hit the like button if you wish. But more important than those two things, please comment. Comment on what you see, how I can make improvements, what you like, what you didn't like, those type of things. And then I can learn and grow. I know this one is like an old style video that I made before. So thank you very much. And take care of each other.